and thank you for returning. My name's Bill Gibbons. This is the 6th attempt I've had at making this entry. I'll start off by saying my mental health is still -5, and that Ian Duncan Smith, my MP, and none of my councillors have still contacted me, despite the fact I've had contact from other MPs in the country. My own MP and my own councillors refuse to talk to me. I add that if they do want to talk to me, they will need to firstly apologise for the lack of communication and explain why there has been a lack of communication and what they will do to resolve the lack of communication before we can go on. In case you're new to this channel, I'm autistic. I have re-logged, well I say re-logged, I called 101 to chase the racial discrimination claim, only to be told they couldn't find a reference number for it, and to call CMS. I called CMS and they couldn't find a reference either, it wasn't logged. So I called back to 101 and logged a racial discrimination charge, and was told that the SNT would need to make a visit. Why? So, someone tell me that there isn't a difference on how the police act here based on your skin colour. If I was black, or at least if I wasn't white, would my charge of racial discrimination have been dealt with differently? In fact, maybe I should put a complaint into the IPOC? On the grounds that maybe the police have discriminated against me? I don't know. Nothing's going to change until charges are pressed. Racial discrimination from officers within Waltham Forest Council. I am going to list the names. June Adeldin, Housing Manager. Derek McLean, Housing Officer. Darren Joseph, God knows what his title is. And by virtue of the fact that she's in charge of these three clowns, Sharon Allen Cabey. I have documentary evidence to prove that they are being discriminatory. I've had that for over a year and no one cares. And I have to think it's because I am white. I'm sure if I wasn't white, I'd have all sorts of squad cars pulling up and taking notes and statements and evidence, and everyone would be over to the town hall and, you know, interviewing people in the council. I'm white. None of that's happened. I've reported it to the council and they haven't even invoked their own protocols on racial discrimination charges. They haven't invoked their protocols. They've got protocols for all this. Yes, most councils do. And they won't even answer the question, would you treat this claim differently if I wasn't white? They can't even answer my emails. Simple emails. I've sent an email in this afternoon after I've had a word with the Information Commissioner to confirm what I already know, to the Freedom Information Officer. Not had a response back yet. You'll probably say we've already answered this, because they replied, they haven't answered it. But there we are. Oh, I had a chat with the police this afternoon. This is what it all came up with. I had a chat with the police this afternoon. And they asked me, for the first time ever, they asked me, how do I get rid of my rubbish? And I had to explain to them that, well, it's not easy because I have to get strangers off the internet to come round and help me. No comment on that one. Funny that. I don't know. I've got two of my boys in here. Tabs is over there. Caspy's just down here underneath the let's see if I can turn the date and time off briefly. Hold on. There you go. There's Caspy. Just gonna hide you, Caspy. Is that alright? There you go. And Merlin, you know, he's in the bedroom asleep, as he normally is. I've had to go back to 720p for this. And it's holding at a steady 30 frames a second, so it is literally my laptop cannot cope with 1080p at all. It's holding solid. So I've tested the output, I've tested the sound, it's all pretty good, so I'll stick with 720p. Most of YouTube comes out at 720p anyway. Theoretically, I've got a call from Gina tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it. Gina isn't the problem. Up until this afternoon, the police weren't the problem, but if they haven't logged a racial discrimination claim against the council, and they haven't given an explanation, I would like to know why. Maybe I'll go onto the IPOC in a moment and start a complaint against them. I don't know what to do though, people. I really don't know what to do. I've hardly eaten any. I've eaten, what, 6 chocolates. Those little, you know, celebration chocolates that someone sent me via Amazon. Mary sent me via Amazon for my birthday, which is on Monday. And a bowl of soup, which strangely enough was quite refreshing. I haven't put, and I'm not going to put, any orders in for deliveries this week. Can't be bothered. Which means I'll run out of milk in about 2 days' time, and I won't be able to eat any cereal. All I've got is porridge left, and I'm not going to cook that with water like we Scottish people do. Water and salt, and I think they put a little bit of milk on afterwards, or cream I think they use. But I have actually tried the Scottish method, and it is, they really have to have strong stomachs to eat that stuff. Despite just under 2,000 emails to Parliament now, in 3 days, I still haven't got any support. I've had a couple of spoof phone calls this morning from numbers that were very close to my own, so I've blocked it now on Truecaller. I never thought it would be a problem, but one was 9:25 this morning and another one was this afternoon. So now I've blocked, you know, neighbouring numbers, and that should stop that happening. I think people are targeting me now. And now, after making a comment on Facebook about helping the police and reporting, you know, people breaking COVID and law, everyone started having a go at me for being a grass. Well, I'm sorry. In my world, there is no such thing as a grass. There's a good citizen and a bad citizen. Good citizens help the police. Bad citizens hide things from the police. If you're a bad citizen, well, let's put it this way. If you think I'm a bad citizen, then you are. Thank you. And I don't want to know you, thank you very much. The less people we have like you in this world, the better everyone else will be. And yes, I put myself in harm's way all the time. But it doesn't matter to me. as long as I'm helping the police or people get what they need, then so be it. People can call me names, etc., etc. Yes, it hurts me. Yes, it harms me. But I will continue to do it. If I see people needing help, I will help them. If I see people breaking the law, I will report them. Thank you, everyone. What else is happening? Apart from, due to the depression, I'm running out of money now. Quite severely running out of money. The thing is, when I get depressed, I do one of two things, or sometimes both. I eat junk food, lots. Can't do that because there's nothing in the house. Or I buy things. And I've bought an awful lot of stuff in the last few weeks, which has cost me a fortune. And now I'm virtually broke. And all this has been caused by the threats, bullying and intimidation I've been getting from senior staff at Waltham Forest Council. I will keep saying this on camera until someone listens and someone takes notice. Waltham Forest Council in London. They're racist. They dislike disabled people. They further dislike people that speak up for themselves. And they detest people with mental health issues. The staff haven't been trained in either customer services or autism awareness. And I've been saying this for 2.5 years now. And I will keep saying it as long as I have breath in my lungs. Until someone does something. This is why I was appealing to all the MPs. I don't know who else can do anything. I've had my rights confirmed this afternoon on phone calls with the Information Commissioner and the Housing Ombudsman and, employment equalities and support. I've had what I already thought I knew confirmed again. Just every now and then I ring up and ask similar questions because I keep getting doubts. If I keep getting turned down for things, I'd like to know why. I'd like to know where the council, like I've said in previous videos, I'd like to know where the council gets off by not answering fully questions that are put to them. Questions regarding racial discrimination and mental health discrimination and the Equality Act they refuse to answer. Why? If I wasn't white, would they answer it? Would I get a bit more of a sympathetic ear from the council if I wasn't white? I'm sorry to be using the race card, but it is too bloody obvious that they are racist. Unless they can explain why there is a difference in action between me and my neighbours, who are not white British, then I will have to assume it's a racial discrimination thing. Apparently non-white British people can do whatever they want, but when it comes down to me, I must obey every single dot on the tenancy agreement. Yes, officially, on the paperwork, they've ticked every fucking box. But when it comes to practice and doing what they've put down on the paperwork, they don't do anything when you're non-white British. Come on, Waltham Forest Council, come back on that one. I dare you. Give me an honest answer for a change. I've been accused of being violent by my housing officer, Derek McLean. Violent. I said to Junad Uddin, his manager, the housing manager, why does he think I'm violent? Well, you're very aggressive when you're asking him questions, he said. I'm autistic, I said. I will ask questions and repeat the question until it is answered, not ignored. Junad didn't get it. All he did was turn around and say, "Oh, I know how you feel, Mr. Gibbons. I've got an autistic son." I've got no way of proving that. And having an autistic son doesn't make you doesn't make you understand autism just because you've got an autistic son. That doesn't mean you understand it. You might witness it or see what they do, but you don't understand it. No one understands autism unless they've got autism or they've been specially trained. And Junad, you've not been trained, my son. Not by a long chalk. You've not even been trained for customer service, quite frankly, Junad. And from what I've seen of most of the people in housing, none of them have been trained in customer service either. I am willing to take any of these accusations back if I can be proved wrong. Unless you can prove me wrong, the accusations stand. And now I think I've woken Tabs up, because now Tabs has come over. You right, baby? Yeah, you've come to see what Daddy's doing, haven't you? Anyway, I won't go on. The first run of this I did earlier today. It went on for about 25 minutes, and that was too long. This is over halfway to that point now, so please, if you are watching this, well, you are watching this, there's no if about it, please contact your MP on my behalf and ask them to intervene. I can't get your MP to do anything. You can. Contact your MP and say you've seen me on YouTube. They're already, all of them are aware of me. Trust me, your MP knows who I am. Contact your MP and mention me by name and tell them you are concerned about the mistreatment to me from Waltham Forest Council, and your MP will have to step in. So please, please, please email, call, write to your MP and ask them to step in. I beg you. This needs to stop. It's been going on too long, and without several people intervening, it's not going to stop anytime soon. And I can't carry on like this much longer. Anyway, that'll be for now. Thank you for watching. I hope it's clearer and the sound's sharper. And I hope to speak to you soon. Thank you.